souls. I am Valeria Maritza at Healing Through You. I am an infinite being of light, and so are you. We are coming to the end of this year, 2023. I cannot believe how fast, how quickly time is going through. In this episode is very, very personal. I'm going to share something that happened to me, which is really incredible that is happening at this time. But I am sharing it because it shows you how things show up for you in order to challenge you or for you to choose your path, whatever path you're in. Again, like, are you sure this is what you want to do? Are you sure that you're not questioning yourself? Okay, let me just tell you, we have been programmed to question our beliefs, our knowing ourselves since we were born, right? From the very moment that we are born, we start being told what we like, what we don't like, what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat, how to dress, who to listen to, who we are, all that stuff, right? Parenting, right? If it's a boy, here are the toys, and not giving the child any dolls because that's for girls, and vice versa, giving girl toys to the girls and the pinks and the blues to the boys, and all of that stuff, programming us since little. Now, there are so many people who are so open and different right now, who are allowing their kids to just be and play whatever it is that they want to play, no matter what, and not encouraging or disencouraging, just letting it be, which is the way that allows the child to really tune into themselves and who they are and what they like. But for most of the world, it's not like that. And you know this because you probably were one of these people, right? And as I was, with the programming of who we are, right? Now, program about, like, let's say, authority, right? Listen to the adults, listen to the authority, listen to the government, listen to the church, right? And today's episode is all about this thing that happened to me. With relations to the Catholic Church. So my son goes to Catholic school. I have been conflicted about this since the beginning, just because of the Catholic part, because I grew up Catholic, but there's so many things about the religion itself that I no longer agree with. I actually never agree with it since I was little. I used to always question things about it. But now that I have gone down the rabbit hole, like, I am so more in tune with the love of love, the love of love, the light of love. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, the love and light of God. There we go. Slowing down so I can, like, articulate to you what I'm trying to say. Um, and how that it was never meant to separate people from one religion to the other. It was also never meant to separate people from God itself to yourself, right? We're all one. We are all connected. All religions, all people, all around the world, we are all one in this beautiful, loving energy. And religion, as man has created it to be, all it does is it separates people one from the other. This one's better, mine is the true one, all of that stuff, when really there is only one divine, only one light, and one God, and that one God is the creator of everyone and everything, including all of the different religions, right, that men have created, because we have free choice to do this. So anyway, I was called into my son's school in order to be able to discuss some things that were written on my website. Okay, pausing right there. Why would my son's school have any interest on my business website? Right? That is the first thing that is like, okay, why are you even interested in what I'm doing? Right? Like, why are you looking me up? I mean, yay, I am, like, honored that you're looking at my stuff. Wow, I never thought of that. But you guys know where this is going, right? You can feel where this is going. So I get there and I'm thinking, feeling that I am meeting with the headmaster, right? Um, which I was. But there were two other people there. There was another teacher who is also part of the, what do you call it? I don't know, whatever council they create for the school, and another male teacher who teaches the catechism to the school. So there's three against one. Of course, that's not really fair because I had my entire team and all the angels with me. So I was actually more backed up than they were at this point. Um, and I had already asked for them to help me articulate what I'm going through, what I'm seeing, what I know as truth in the words that they would understand with so much love and light. And so that was my intention. That is what I asked for. I feel that I was able to accomplish that. I was so full of energy speaking. I was so full of love and light speaking and telling them what it is that I think I know that I'm doing. Because really, who really knows what they're doing? When it comes to spirituality, because we're always learning, always opening, and always growing, right? So I get there and they're telling me, yeah, there are some words in here, such as the word Reiki. And what is Reiki and how do you use it? Like, seriously? I'm like, how do I explain this to you guys? I'm like, I actually don't really use it. Well, but it is on your website. Like, okay, like what? Like, I'm not going to remove something that I studied and that I have, like I learned it. I'm not going to remove it from my website to please you. And they're like showing this paper at me, like, hey, you signed this paper right here that says that you agree to comply with the rules of the church and this type of teaching. And if somebody finds this website that you are doing this with other people, then this is not complying with the teachings of the Lord, which I then explained that I actually was, because I am connected with the love of light of God, of Jesus. I work with the angels all the time. It is not me. I'm not claiming to be God. I am using the energy to come through me to the person who is my client, who is ready and open to receive it. Those who do not want it, it goes right by. They don't receive anything. I explained all of this and how people who are not looking for this type of healing do not even find me. They don't see me. They don't find this website. They don't find this podcast. They don't find these things, right? Only if you go looking for it, right? And if you go looking for it, why would you be looking for it? You're going to be looking for it because you have some interest, right? Another reason you might be looking for it, because you are working to judge and persecute someone, which is not your job. Oh, yeah, there, big one, right? I need to say that to them, but I didn't, because it didn't really come up while I was there. So they were quite um, united, of course, on their concerns about what I'm doing and why am I doing this, and people might blah blah blah. And I was asked to no longer serve as a volunteer, and I said, fine, that's fine. What a great loss you're having, because it is a great loss, because I volunteer a lot. um, but yeah, so I was asked not to do that, and I'm like, okay. And actually, it's good, because every time I went to volunteer, it did take away from something that I love to do even more. Um, but that's besides the point. The point here is that in today's age, 2023, end of it, I was called to a Catholic school to discuss what I do for a living, to discuss my website, to discuss something that I haven't shared with any of them. It's like, why would you even look into it, right? What are you looking to do here? Anyway, I feel that I answer everything with a lot of love and light. And they said we're going to have to reconvene and talk about this and figure out and maybe meet again. I think that's what they say. I don't know. I was like, okay, fine. And then they were kind of like, what's the word? Annoyed. Yes, I think they felt annoyed at how much love and light was coming out of me, at how I was not being pushed down or feeling or accepting any type of punishment, which their words were very geared to make me feel bad as if I was doing something wrong, which I know I'm not. And I think they were frustrated about that, angry even. I could see it in the headmaster's eyes. The rage of, I don't even know what to say to this woman anymore. I just want her out of my space. It felt that way. And really, I did put the bubble of mirror protection before entering and as I was entering that space, so that they could reflect on their own words, on their own actions of what they were saying, right? Because it's not my job to judge them. In love and light, I love them all. They're doing the best that they can with the knowledge that they have, and that is amazing. But, but because the way in which I connect with the divine is different, and this is the key word, right? Being different, always being outcasted if you're different, it's not accepted because of the fear of not being able to understand what's there. They also asked me about the Council of Nine. You guys know that I have channeled the Council of Nine on several occasions. I see the Council of Nine as beautiful beams of violet light, kind of like standing around me. And when I connect with them, beautiful, fantastic wisdom comes out of my mouth, which I know is not my wisdom. And she said, well, one of the people said that she looked it up and it is working with the devil. It is the devil's army. I was like, oh my gosh, like, no, I did not know that was that. I came home and I Googled it right away. I'm like, what is she talking about? Because, and here's the truth, and this is why I'm sharing this. When I connected to the Council of Nine for the first time, it felt like love and light. The messages that come through are all about lifting the frequencies, helping others, sending love, energy, and healing. And because the energy and the messages feel and sound that way, it makes me and those who hear it feel better, lighter, more connected. And therefore, it cannot be something that's coming from the dark side. Which, by the way, they also chose to use the word occult. And I said, oh, interesting, you're using the word occult. You know, the modern word is New Age or enlightened. But you're choosing this word on purpose to make it sound like it's really bad, but that's not what it is. Anyway, where was I going? So, if you connect with some type of energy or with something, and it makes you feel in your heart, in your gut, better, lighter, happier, more loving, then it cannot come from the roots of something that is negative or evil. It cannot. It cannot exist. Just like darkness cannot exist in the presence of light. It cannot, right? It's impossible. So, all of these words of fear that people they're finding obviously on their scriptures, on their stuff, that oh, this is the devil and that's scary and that's not good and you shouldn't be doing that, shouldn't, right? Low frequency word again here. And that comes from the judgment of like, stop that, don't want to have anything to do with that, get out of my face, out of here. I don't know if they're going to want to kick out my poor little son from school, but this is what's happening, right? And I try to explain this to them, that unless a person is involved in things that are hurting others on purpose, like abusing kids or inflicting pain or suffering on other people on purpose, like knowingly doing something that's not good, right? Yes, that person can be affected, inflicted by lower frequencies and energies that they're calling the devil, right? And I'm just saying it because, you know, that's what they said, or Satan. But if you are attuning to your energy of love and light, and you're feeling good, right? Here the key is on the feeling. How do you feel? And I'm not talking about the feeling of like, oh, I'm feeling good because I'm rich and I have all these things and I'm taking away from others and others don't have it, but I have it. It's not that. It's not that feeling of feeling good because of some type of greed. This is the feeling good because you actually feel good and joyous and light, and you notice those around you also feeling that contagious love and light that you are emitting because you're the light, right? So that's the type of feeling. If you're feeling those things, then you can be sure that whatever it is that you're tuning into, channeling, and or sharing with others is also of the positive love and light. It cannot be out of something dark or occult, as they said, right? It cannot. You can be sure of that. And this is the part where you really need to stand strong, stand tall on what your beliefs are, on what you're doing, what you have awakened to, what you have become aware of in your own spiritual awakening, in your own spiritual journey. When you are feeling that what you're doing is good, then it is. There is no contradiction. Don't let somebody else tell you or try to impose of you the old rules that no longer serve us. If we are all connected with love and light, with the divine, with God, with the angels, with your guys, with anything that is helping the planet and us and everyone else feel connected, better, and loving, then you are doing nothing wrong. No matter what book or scripture or person tells you that it's the opposite. Feel into your gut, feel into your heart, feel into what you believe. Because if you're not hurting someone, then you are in the right of continuing to shine your light, to enlighten and help others feel what it feels to be disconnected, to allow them to see what it looks like to be really connected to spirit, really connected to the light, really connected in a way that you don't have to feel ashamed of yourself. You don't have to feel bad about yourself. You don't have to feel like you're a sinner because you aren't. And that is the part that I want to really convey to you today. Things like this will come up for you. If you're on a spiritual journey, if you're beginning to tap into these things, this will come up and it will feel scary. It will feel terrible. It will feel shameful. But when you have done enough work, when you have tuned into yourself so deeply that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are in the light of love and light, that you are not judging. You're not judging. I'm not judging those who were there in this meeting, uniting in force to like tell me what they think and how wrong I am. It doesn't work. It could be 100 people against me. It doesn't work because the light is stronger. It shines brighter. It shines further. It reaches more people, more hearts, more love in a way that any judgment cannot. So it doesn't matter. You stand strong. You stand in your truth. Yes, you're going to feel the feels because you're human and you're here on earth in order for you to feel the feels and go through these things. And things will get darker and more difficult even. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It is a part of you to grow deeper and stronger and wider into the belief of what you are doing, which is good. That, my friends, is the message for today. Loving you so much, sending you so much love. I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm strong with you. Here I am with you, sending you my love, holding space for you. Let me know how this feels, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.